Mainly, I just got a headache, and I'm sick, and I'm scared of the dive today. Not necessarily because of the Mississippi River, but because whenever you're sick, it can mess with your ears and equalizing. And I don't want to push through the pain and blow out the eardrum, so I got to be very, very careful with that today. And if it becomes too much of a safety issue, we have to call it and do it tomorrow, or the next day, or the next day, or we'll figure it out. So I want you to imagine your grandma writes attempts it, is not successful, and writes a second note, and drives herself to the Mississippi River to where she drives in. A local fisherman sees this happening, calls out to her, "Hold on, I will get you some help," and she hollers back with her window down just a little bit, "No, please don't. I'm going to be just fine." We've been so focused as a country and as a nation, focusing on the 22 per day veterans that end up taking their own lives. But in researching the statistics as to seniors and why they take their lives, did you know that more seniors take their lives daily than veterans? But why are we not talking about it? Why are we not doing something about it? And can we do anything about it? You know, the number one reason is loneliness. You know, for grandma today that we're looking for, she's 84 years old. Her husband passed away a few years earlier. You know, everybody in the community loved her, her family loved her. But what is going on with our seniors to where, you know, they're either popping pills or they're driving themselves into the river? And I mean, this is not a case of dementia as we've worked in previous cases. We worked other seniors who have chosen to do something very similar to this. And, you know, this documentary, the what I do by sharing these videos is how I'm able to fund my ability to come out and here and help these families and law enforcement free of charge. And as we step into today, as we come out here to the, you know, the mighty Mississippi right here, we're gonna be sharing the stories of, you know, Jamie, the granddaughter, whose son, his uncle is the sheriff. So it's not a matter of we don't care about not getting these, you know, working this case that she's been missing for 2 months exactly in a location we know. This story is about we as a community coming together to help one another when local communities don't have the proper resources. And so the day is going to unfold, this documentary is going to unfold, and at the end of it, you know, I'm gonna do everything I can to bring grandma home for her family. And I appreciate you being here and being a part of this with us as we share stories. For those that have been lost and those that need help, whether it's the local agencies, it's the families that need help. We're gonna get turned around right now, and supposedly she's out there somewhere right now, 220 feet out, 70 feet deep in the river, and it's my job to do everything I can to bring her home today.
For families who have all but given up on finding their loved ones, this team is a last hope. Civilian divers cracking cold cases for free.
Were you just down at breakfast?
Yeah.
Oh, why don't you say hi down there?
My name's Chris, rescue squad captain here.
Hey, pleasure to meet you. I like how the rivers is right now. It just seems like it's not running real fast or anything. And so have you guys identified both cars out here? Or
No,
what do you know about the situation?
What we're hooked to, we don't know if it's her vehicle or not. We have 2 buoys marked and a 100-foot rope and anchor.
Okay. All right, so she goes in up here. And then my understanding is that there was a fisherman that said, you know, I'm gonna get you some help. She says, no, please don't do that. And then so the car floats for 2-3 minutes. And then eventually the last sighting is right here.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then my understanding is that we believe that it was in 30 feet of water and then it moved to 70 feet of water. Is that correct?
That's because the river was on the rise at that time.
Okay. So has it gone back down then?
It's down right now. The last time we were out here, it was, probably another 20, 30 foot up this bank.
Yeah, we was this close to the water when we was putting our boat in.
Perfect, okay. Do we know, and I don't have any information, what is she actually driving? Do you know?
That's a white Lincoln Navigator.
SUV.
Oh, okay.
SUV. And last we heard, we think the back hatch is possibly open.
Okay. So that'll be a lot easier for me then, that I don't have to worry about any cars. I'm only going for an SUV. Okay, that's perfect. Yeah, let me get eyes on it. I'll identify it, and then we'll come up with a game plan as to a recovery from there. Yeah, with it being a white Lincoln Navigator, that's gonna be really easy to spot. It's been in here for 2 months. So the reading on sonar will be easy. The size of it will be easy. It has not had time to silt in over the years, so it's gonna be standing up on the surface. So hooking to it will be easy. I'm Jared. Brian, pleasure to meet you. So the first thing we're going to do is identify over the top of that buoy that they have right there, if that's a good spot or not, or if we have the vehicle somewhere else. I'm hoping it's only in 15 to 20 feet of water. It would be amazing, but we'll see. And I like that it has this cove also. So I'm hoping that it's just sucked into the cove over there. It would be great news for us. So we're at 12 feet, 15 feet. So best case scenario, under 30 feet, not in the current, and on its wheels. Oh, there's a hole. Here it goes. Here's that hole that they're talking about. 40 feet. $50 feet. Dang it, I didn't want a hole like that. $65 feet. Yeah, they're right there. There's a hole. I'm gonna go run this closer to shore like I normally would. And fingers crossed, we actually have her up on that shelf. So my name is John Zarkowski. He was I think I want to say a Navy veteran, Marine veteran. Anyway, he ended up driving himself into the river over in Plattsmouth, Nebraska. And his vehicle was a Tahoe. And we ended up finding him, like I said, 800 yards down from the boat ramp to where he put in at. Mississippi seems to be flowing a little bit more than the Missouri was there. And so I think what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to expand our search on this one. We'll double check this area over here, but I think we're gonna have to go down a lot further on this one. And then we got the buoy right there in front of us. So I've got a target off to the left over here. All right, look on live scope right there. See that right there? So kind of right between those two trees right there, about this far out, is right where it's at, and it's on its wheels is what it looks like. So the downside is their buoy is not on it. The good news is there's no other rocks around it, and so when we attach to it, we'll know that we're attached to it. So what it appears to be right now, it appears to be on its wheels with the nose of it facing upstream. The back hatch, as far as I can tell, is still down, but it looks like it could also be up. Can't quite tell right there. Normally in like lakes and slower moving rivers, I would do a magnet. However, because of the force of this, the magnet would come off if I'm putting tension on it while I'm trying to dive. We are 55 feet deep right here. So what I have is I have some great big grappling hooks. They're basically the 4 J hooks that are welded together, and I'm going to do everything I can in the swift moving river to attach it to the vehicle. That will then bring that to shore, and actually what I'll do is I'll attach it to the buoy first, and then we'll come back to shore, grab another longer line, attach it there, and then we'll make sure that we'll put a lot of tension on it. So that way the grappling hook is 100% solid, and I can go down the line from upstream to downstream to get to the vehicle. In doing so, I want to go down there only one time with the line that I'm going to be putting on the grappling hook. I'll be able to then secure to that line with whatever rigging I have and finish the rigging down there. That way I'm only doing one dive on this one. So that's the plan. However, this could take me an hour, it could take me 2 hours. I'm dealing with current and everything, so that's the update that I've got for you right now. Do you have any questions for me while I'm up here? I know we just now met, so anyway, like I said, we have identified where the vehicle is at. So right now, this is not about grabbing a camera shot and documenting stuff. This is about making sure that we have safety and we're hooking the grappling hook. And what I'm going to do is leave my camera guy on shore. I need to really control the boat and put us right over the vehicle. And I need somebody on the front that's competent in order to work the grappling hook and help me hook that. All right, sounds good. Yeah. We've got rain jackets and rain gear, so let's grab you some rain gear real quick, and then I'll grab you some gloves and I'll start getting rigging there and everything. What's your name? Josh. Josh, pleasure to meet you. Your job is, the best scenario for me is to have you attach at the very back of the vehicle, nice and tight. That way, when I go down, I'm in the eddy at the back of the vehicle where I can rig everything, and I don't have the forces of this river pushing me into the vehicle with a chance of blowing me off. So it's a lot safer for me. The vehicle is down at 55 feet. This is an 85-foot line. We're gonna have some pendulum swing also with the current that's down there, but we do have some nice weight to this grappling hook as well. So that's gonna be your goal with all that. Now this line is a 17,000 pound line on 30,000 pound shackles on J hooks designed for towing and rigging. The biggest thing though is that this is going to be our main line for the tow truck. But what I really want to do is once we get this hooked and I dive down the line, I only have to then finish taking rigging to hook to the wheels or the back bumper or whatever, preferably the wheels, that we can then Y bridle it, attach to this, and then have the tow truck pull it up, reverse, and keep it on its wheels nice and low is the goal from all this. But right now the number one goal is going to be a beast because we're in current, 55 feet deep. We got to work together on this one. So I appreciate you jumping in the boat with me. All right, here we go. All right, so kind of where we're at, where the orange markers are at, the buoys, and then kind of right between these two trees is where we're going to be at. So let me get up to where the vehicle's at, see if I can get us on it, and then I'll have you drop the grappling hook. We'll start dragging it upstream. It's off to our left a little bit. All right, go ahead and drop the grappling hook. Yeah. And hopefully we can get it on the bottom without it just running behind us. Hopefully we just get lucky and it snags. Did it snag? Are you on it? Is it snagged on it?
It's snagged on front.
Okay. We evidently didn't put enough buoys on it. And so we'll run some line. We'll bring 200 feet of line with us with another grappling hook, and then hopefully we'll be able to grapple that one and then take everything to shore with us. All right, so we're gonna pretend that Josh got really lucky and snagged it on the first try.
Oh my God!
The issue is we only had one buoy on it, not expecting the force of the current, and so our buoy is now lost with the line. But we have a backup plan, and we have another grappling hook. So now we're going to take 200 feet of line with us. We're going to re-snag that line and bring that one up to the surface, attach those together, and then bring the line over to shore. So we should have a solid hook on it. Fingers crossed, and we don't have to do this again. Let's do this. Let's put you guys in, and that way I don't have to take extra rope in here to fumble up with us. And then we'll have you assist with when we need to then bring them together to hook more lines up to run those lines to shore. What I'll do is I'm gonna come up stream across it, so that way our nose is facing up. That way we don't flip. All right, go ahead and let it out. Let me know if you feel like you snagged something. Anything? You got something? Get that 100-footer and the soft shackle, and Josh needs some help here. We only have 3 feet here and we gotta hold it tight. So the soft shackle's on your far left. So soft shackle that end. I'm gonna relieve Josh here. It's now on you guys. So work on getting that to shore. So keep here in the river, but slowly work over to shore and get that rope over the shore for us. All right, go ahead and drop it and break away. Okay, good, let's stay there.
Oh!
I don't want a chance that we're gonna take it off.
Right.
So let me suit up and let me dive it here and see if I can pull myself up to it.
This is not it. We're not on it. I don't know what this is. What? Do we actually ran into it? Holy. We just ran into it on accident. No way. No. I found Grandma.
So Grandma's still in the car. Right now, I have confirmed Grandma is in the vehicle. She's in the driver's seat. The grappling hook that we went down on, the second one, is in front of the vehicle. So I didn't find the vehicle at first. Stuck on something. As I buggered it in hopes of find the vehicle, and then back to the vehicle without losing whatever one, that one that we're actually tied off to right now, which had all of my rigging here. So right now I don't have any rigging. Hopefully it's still on the end of this. Once I was on the vehicle, I was able to identify the first line that we snagged on it. It's stuck up around the wheel. Our hope right now is possibly this one might have snagged that one. We might get lucky enough that we can just still bring everything up right now. We don't know. With Grandma, I did everything to just bring her home right now. I was able to cut the seatbelt, I was able to unbuckle it, but she is wedged in there. So no matter what we do, right now in my opinion, she's not coming out no matter what happens to the vehicle. Let's see if you can put a team on your boat right now and see if that line comes up. Even better right now is if you can get that line up and it's attached to my first line, so the buoy comes above water and all my rigging. That is the best scenario for me right now, because I know right where that line is at on the vehicle. It's on the passenger side in the wheel well. And if that's the case, then I have that line that we can then tighten again with my rigging, and I'll head back down with everything, and it'll be easy for me to hook it from there.
Bless your heart.
The biggest thing right now is I'm hoping that that grappling hook is still somewhere on the vehicle. As long as it's somewhere on the vehicle, I'll be able to then get to my rigging and then get it rigged up, knowing that Grandma's not coming out. Rig it at the rear is the goal, because then as I rig it at the rear, see if I have a truck in here. If I rig it at the rear of the vehicle, is then going to pull the vehicle around, keeping Grandma on the passenger side on the downstream side with the least amount of force against her, as we then pull the vehicle back up towards shore. So that is my goal, is to figure out where the rigging's at, or where the grappling hook is at. Rigging.
Is she floating now?
Huh?
She's floating inside now?
No. She's stuck. She's not going anywhere.
Freaked me out having to dive down there that deep.
So that time was spent fighting my air to get down. I was able to finally get down. Rigging is completely tangled up on my passenger front tire. So I'm going to take another hour interval, and I know what rigging I need to take down with me, and I'll be able to easily get to the rear tire right where I need to. Current is great, no issues, and we should be able to start pulling in 90 minutes. So that's my plan. This one. Right, so. I'm happy.
Oh, we gotta go.
Yeah, all right, they got her. That was our #1 goal today, is to bring Grandma home. We got her.